What's up, long drivers? It's your host, Alex Woburn. We are back with another episode of Smash Factor. I'm really excited because we've got a packed lineup today. A big shout out to Jon Williams, who's here with us today. We're going to talk to him about his introduction to long drive, his journey so far into the sport. We're going to jump into the results that happened this past weekend, and then give you a little taste at what's happening in 2025 for the month of January. So let's thank our wonderful sponsors here at Ultimate Long Drive, T-Claw, Buzz Clear, 4 Yards More, 1764 Apparel, Yingling Brewing, Perfect Hands Golf, Tech, Shark Attack Golf, Groove, and the Sonesta Hotels for the North American Tour. So now let's jump into the events that happened this past weekend. We had the 2025 Mid-Atlantic Season Opener Winter Series. That was their first event of that league. Let's jump into the results now. Senna Hare in the 13U Girls Division went 192 yards. Kevin Porter in the 45 men's went 275.5, while Jennifer White in the 45 women's went 234.5. Brian Hare in the 50 men's division went 315.5, and Jen White took a second division in that event in the 50 women's division with a drive of 222.5. Ulysses White took home the 55 men's division with a drive of 342.3. Terry Kirkland in the 55 men's pro went 339.2. Papa Porter, Mike Porter in the men's 70 went 249, and the longest drive of the event in the open men's pro division went to Jacob Molnar with a drive of 394 yards. John,
Wow.
that's pretty impressive right there. Are we seeing some of those numbers
That's
yet?
very impressive.
We're getting there?
We're touching it. We're touching the surface, yeah.
It's
That's
a
awesome.
journey, right? It's a
It
journey.
is.
We're
It
taking
is.
steps.
That
But
was a bomb, yeah.
the next event that we had this last weekend was the Minnesota-Iowa event. They're already on their second event of the season. It was for double points again. So if you had a chance to go to the first event, you had a chance for double points. And if you got to go to the second event, you could go ahead and get some more points there. Rob Hansen in the men's 35 got that division with a drive of 367.9. John Glass in the men's 60 went 291 yards, while Steve Smith in the men's 65 went 298.8. Adam Salter in the Valor division went 332.1. And then we talked to you in the last episode about this new division, which we introduced at the World Championships in West Columbia. That's the Senior Valor division, and went to a world champion, Garner Lahette, with a drive of 303.6 yards. That is all that happened this past weekend. So just two events, but we saw some pretty big drives from those events, from Jacob, from Rob Hansen at the Minnesota-Iowa event. So let's jump into 2025, because that is it for 2024. We've got two events starting on the 4th of January, and that's going to be the Central Texas event, which is for double points, and that's going to be their second event of the season. So if you're out there, you got to play in the first event, you got double points, you got another chance on the 4th. That's 10 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. at the Golf Ranch in Dallas. Coastal Carolina's event, number one of the season for double points, that's going to be here in the ULD Academy Training Center. John was just back there hitting some bombs. I could hear him. I was a little afraid they were going to come in here and penetrate the wall. That's how hard he was hitting them back there. But that's going to be 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. That's here in Long, South Carolina, right back here in the training center, Coastal Carolinas League. So January 11th, we've got two events as well. That's going to be the third Minnesota-Iowa event at Mulligan's Indoor Golf from 10 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. on the 11th. The second event for the 11th is the Mid-Atlantic event number 2. It's double points once again, and it's going to be at the Dojo. We all know the Dojo at Porterland. If you can go out there, make a trip. It's going to be from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. again on January 11th. Moving to the 18th, we've got the Western Carolina number 2 event, which is for double points as well. That's going to be at the PGA Tour Superstore from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m. That's a really cool place. If you have never been to a PGA Tour Superstore, you could walk around there for hours.
Definitely.
I mean, I went to one last night to get my dad some Pro V1s for his birthday, and I was almost late to the birthday dinner because I was caught looking at drivers and all sorts of stuff. January 25th, we have our first North American Tour stop. So, John, if you're unaware, the North American Tour stop, we do a couple of them throughout the year, and it's all across the country. Sometimes we go to Mexico. We'll go. This one's going to be at the Teed Up Golf Driving Range from January 25th through the 26th. It's going to be an all-day event. There's tons of people. It's such a fun time. And if you have a chance to go out there, please head to ultimatelongdrive.com and check out the event on the 25th. There's another event on the 25th as well, which caps off January. It's the third Mid-Atlantic Series event. It's going to be at Main Swing Golf, not at the dojo this time. Main Swing Golf. That's 10 a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. on the 25th. That's all the news and updates, John. So now I wanted to talk to you about your journey into golf and long drive. So, John, what first drew you to the sport of long drive? Was it the love of golf? You know, you mentioned that you played golf. You started when you were 4. Is it the competition? Is that some aspect that you like about this sport, or is it something else that sparked your interest?
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, I was out at the golf barn out in Winnebago, and we was just out there hitting, me and my girlfriend there, and just hitting, you know, like a normal day. Go out there with your play driver, you know, hitting. And one of the workers there, his name's Jim. He came up to me and he's like, "Hey, you know, hitting it kind of far." You know, to me, it was just like a normal day. You know, I was out there hitting.
Right.
But they was going. I thought it was, you know, normal. You know, 315, 320.
Oh yeah.
And he said, "Hey, you know, you should look into long drive. You know, give long drive a shot. We got a coach out here, and you know, he teaches." And I said, "You know, why not? Why not give it a shot there? You know." And so far, it's been a great journey.
So you're having fun, you're enjoying it, you've got your thing going on at the golf barn. You came in here today and checked out the simulator, so you've got options all around you to get some practice in and grow your game a little bit. So, you know, we mentioned golf, and this is obviously a bit different from traditional golf. So what has been that biggest challenge for you so far entering this sport?
Yeah, so it's no secret. Long drive and normal golf is totally opposite to me. You know, it's just adapting from, you know, a normal, you know, golf swing, you know, tempo,
Right,
and upping that speed by like 2 times, 3 times. I mean, it's you know, it's a job, but you know, it's a part of it.
absolutely. I recently got into long drive as well,
Yep.
and unlike you said you started playing golf when you were 4.
Yep.
I didn't start playing golf until maybe 3-4 years ago, really heavily. So as soon as I started working here, I mean, there's a simulator in the back, so you've got all the you know, reason why to go back there, practice your game, get better at golf. And then as soon as Jeff told me about the long drive thing, and obviously working here, I knew about it. It just got me wanting to get in it. So for me, the competition part of it is what excites me, because I've always been competitive. Obviously, checking out some of these drives and seeing 400 and 390 and just reading some of the scores a minute ago, I knew I had to do a lot of work. And you know the same thing. We've got a long road to go, but the progress is coming. The progress is coming.
It is, most definitely.
So every competitor, you know, has a story behind their first big drive. Do you remember the moment when you realized that you had the power to compete in long drive?
Yeah, it was actually probably recently out at, you know, the golf barn there. We was hitting, you know, it's a normal day, and you know, just out of the blue, it was like I was hitting like 180s, you know.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I saw a 202 pop up, and you know, it was kind of, you know, like, is that real? Is there a glitch there? You know, but you know, it was real, and it actually went out to about 405. And you know, that kind of, you know, gave me a lot of motivation. You know, yeah. But it was awesome.
That is a definite memorable moment. I would hold on to that forever.
It was. Still got a video.
I'm still looking to hit it that far, but man, that is incredible. I know I've had drives like that where I'm back there in the simulator and I'm like, did it really go that far? Is my ball speed actually right there? And then you got to hit another one and kind of humble yourself a little bit, right?
That's right. That's
sometimes. So the long drive community, it's known for energy and camaraderie. You know, what's been your experience so far, if you have met any other competitors, and then obviously joining the community?
Yeah. Well, right off the bat, one who stood out to me is Hank. You know, he's a character. I remember my first event out at the Party.
Yeah.
This past event. Hank, he's a character, man. He brings a lot of energy to it. You
Absolutely.
know, he gets fired up and yelling. And one of the other guys I talked to was Saucy.
Oh yeah.
And you know, he's a really good guy to talk to. You know,
Absolutely.
Genuine guy. And you know, I learned a lot from him.
That's fantastic. Yeah, if anybody out there is wondering who he's referring to here, this is Hank Parks, who was a world champion this year at the Ultimate Long Drive World Championships, and then Robert Saucier, who is an incredible long driver who competes in World Long Drive, and with us here at Ultimate Long Drive, he's a great dude. Hank didn't take his shirt off by chance at this event, did he?
No, he kept it on. It was a little cold that day.
Well, I don't know if you saw, he had to let it loose when he won his belt at the last World Championship.
I saw it.
We're giving him a little bit of heckling for that over the next few events. But looking ahead, what are your goals in the sport? Are you aiming for you said that you had your first event, but were you aiming for a big debut event, or did you have specific milestones that you want to hit along your journey?
Yeah, obviously it's a journey. I have certain little checkpoints, like this ball speed by this event, try to get ready for future events. But it's just, keep pushing through, and most of the time they come by surprise,
Definitely.
They definitely, that's known. But yeah, just keep pushing on.
Well, Jon, we're excited to have you competing in events with us. We're excited that you've gotten into the sport of long drive. We can't wait to see you at some more of our events. Again, you can go to ultimatelongdrive.com to check out all of this information, from the results to the schedule to all sorts of things. You can get some discounts if you are a ULD member. You can go to the membership tab as well and start your membership, fill out which league you want to play in, and get started today. Start hitting some balls at Ultimate Long Drive. Jon, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much, and good luck on your journey in long drive. Once again, folks, this is Smash Factor. I'm your host, Alex Wober, and we'll see you next time. Merry Christmas, everyone.